Hold on, I gotta take this out.
Welcome back to another episode of Terry Thornberry Performance.
That's right, we got Poison Ivy right behind us.
Which means it's Mini Truck Madness Mondays, baby. We've got a lot of mini trucks that we need to get done, and we know that you guys want to see them because we see it in the comments below. Trust us, we see you guys writing.
Oh yeah.
Moving on to now the motor and the engine bay. Finally getting things now to the diamond, the pretty stuff in the bunch.
The updated version of things.
Yes, sir, Ritos. So we've got now an update with you on the engine, and we're going to be showing you guys the engine bay on what we got it cleaned up and what color we're going to be going with. If you guys already haven't seen the box in the view already. You guys have already seen, we already got the build for the chrome build, and definitely it's stacked up and it's pretty nice and shiny. We've got the valve cover, we've got the upper and the lower plenum for the KA, and as well the front timing cover, the upper version. The lower is obviously just a brand new OEM version of that, so it's nice and clean.
Super clean with no oil leaks, free of oil leaks, baby.
And that's gonna stay that way, I'll tell you what.
That's right.
We went ahead and obviously got everything polished up that's visible in the engine bay, which is gonna complement the color of the engine bay. I think pretty cool, and we definitely have a little bit of touches we still want to add to one of these pieces, so you guys can comment below on which one it is before it actually happens.
What you guys think we're gonna do.
Yes, man. Right here, we've obviously got the beautiful KA24DE built by yours truly, Terry and I. Went ahead and went through all the way down to the bottom end, built up to the top end. This nice OEM build with a little bit of TTP touches.
Flavor.
We'll keep that off to the side. Already have our Terry Thornberry Performance in-house Black House Limitation motor mounts ready to drop in. And yes, you can DM us on our Instagram and our YouTube if you guys are looking to swap this into your truck. Some of you guys have already done it, comment below.
And you do still retain the 720 stock motor mounts, and they still fit in the OEM chassis.
With the radiator sitting in the same spot too.
Correct.
Don't forget about that one. Transmission, we're gonna be telling you guys a little bit on that, but let's move on to now the engine bay, guys.
Oh wait, I think we're forgetting about one thing.
What's that, big dog?
We didn't show the alternator.
Oh!
What's gonna be charging and keeping the whole bags and the lights and everything powered up.
Did you guys guess that it was polished as well? Because if you did, you're right, and if you didn't, well, come on guys, you gotta stay with the program. Everything here is gonna be polished up that you guys can visibly see. Didn't I already mention that before?
Oh yeah, but they obviously didn't go with CP generators on this one. They actually went with Autotech alternators, just because they're going to be at JCCS in front of the booth, and they actually want to show off, you know, the business and what they provide and what they can do for the community.
As far as on their page, which is Mini Truck Era Magazine, so obviously they have their following, and they want to make sure that they have their sponsors they shout out to. So for this round of event, they went with this Autotech alternator. That being said, let's move on to the engine bay and show you guys how it looks now and what it's going to look like when it's all done. Well, the engine bay is clean up, but a lot of things have been removed, kind of tucked. You Mini Truck 720 owners kind of maybe already seen a little bit of things.
And deleted, just because we are getting removed of the old outdated.
We don't need any of that engine harness anymore. You just need to keep a couple of the wiring.
Won't need the two coils for the sparking.
No more blastoids. So all that's been deleted. We've gone through the front wiring harness and just pulled it back. We'll go through ahead and delume kind of make it cleaner for our liking and spec. He's had a couple of previous installs for like radios, amps, subs, and stuff like that. So we're gonna go ahead and remove a couple of the wiring that's not needed. Just clean a lot of stuff up. Like you guys have already seen on the Queen, you've already seen on Freg, the engine bay, how we kind of do it. Every mini truck we get, we just want to make this a little bit more tasteful. So we'll go ahead and get what we need done on this guy. You guys have already seen a bunch of stuff has been cleaned up. Terry and I are gonna go ahead and make sure it's all prepped so we can lay down this paint and make sure the paint sticks and look just as good as the outside. So when you pop the hood, you'll actually be nice and proud and look just as good as the outside as the truck does.
Oh yeah, it's gotta match that chrome rims, right baby?
And you gotta match that green flake paint, baby.
That's right.
Let's go to cleaning up and let's get this thing painted.
Alright, so with having an old chassis and having an older motor, you gotta make sure you stay on the maintenance requirements for the motor and the chassis to make sure that the older chassis now stays up to date. With that being said, this motor is over 30 years old. So with that being said, there has to be fluid change intervals throughout the whole 30 years of this engine to make sure this engine lasts throughout its whole lifespan. So with that being said, look at what my finger's pointing at. That freeze plug is fully rusted out and no good anymore. For either fluids not being changed or running water just because you didn't have coolant at the time, you just throw water in here just because it's gonna last a little bit, you still have to remember to drain out your fluid because it will rust over time and you'll get problems like this. So with that being said, not only water, but oil, sludge in the motor and everything like that really takes a big toll on having the engine not last as long as it should. So with that being said, we definitely like just to ditch these motors just because, you know, 30 years on maintenancing, it's gonna be a little bit pricey getting this thing back up to OEM spec and making sure it's going to last another 20 to 30 years. So that's why we move on to the KA24DEs, the dual cams, and we just blow everyone out the water, giving everyone the full updated EFI version of electronic fuel injection, baby.
Well, Terry's already shown you guys the motor and all the nice little good touches. It's time to talk about the engine bay. We've already went ahead, cleaned it up, degreased it, pressure washed it with that 0 gauge head. She's all nice and clean, and I didn't even know it was blue underneath here. I thought it was black the whole time. Now we're gonna go ahead and finish masking this off because unfortunately the painters that were originally gonna come aren't doing it. So me and Terry have now turned into the painters. So we gotta get this thing all masked off. She's already looking nice and fresh so she can lay down some good paint. Time to get things going so we can see how she finally looks and get the engine bay situated and then get the engine finished so we can stuff this engine in here and see how beautiful everything looks and ties together. Let's go and start masking things off. Let's get painting. We're going ahead using some tin foil, nice little trick, just able to actually move. You're actually able to use the masking that you don't want on the material, moving around what you don't want paint on there. Makes it just a little bit easier. We're going ahead masking off some of the big items, brake booster, master cylinder, some of the lines, some of the stuff we don't want to have painted. So it's just that much more cleaner when we go and pop that hood. Let's get masking.
Get up in this engine bay.
Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. We've got the engine bay nice masked off, ready for now the fresh layer of paint that we're about to apply to this old girl. First, we've got the beautiful primer, as Terry's about to show you, making sure we get that nice consistent color throughout the whole entire engine bay. Then we'll be finalizing it off with the acid green alien paint by Truly Yours. Marlon that requested he wanted this, so we got that situated.
Paint matched
To the color spec.
to the exterior of the truck. So when we pop the hood, it's going to now show off the truck that much better, because as you can see, this blue engine bay isn't cutting it.
Well, remember, this isn't the Queen, this is Poison Ivy.
That's right.
Now to finish off that beautiful acid green paint, we come along with the acrylic stage clear coat paint that we'll be applying after that, making this green, acid green, pop, baby, just like that bed. So when we pop the hood, it's shining under here. When they pop that bed, it's popping back there, baby. Hopefully you guys tune on back to see how she finally looks with the motor and the engine bay all nice and finalized, and you guys will be getting the bigger picture on how this all girl is gonna be coming together and what you guys are gonna be expecting at the truck meets, baby.
Dancing like the rest of the truck and the trucks next to it.
So we've got a lot more mini truck content like we've already told you, and no, it's not just this one. We've definitely got a couple more builds we gotta go. And don't you forget, we also specialize in 240s and other JDM cars, and we haven't forgot about what needs to be done to those. So stay tuned for some more YouTube videos. We try and keep it weekly updates, and make sure you guys stay updated on the Instagram for some more little posts on the cars that we're doing. Other than that, hope you guys liked and enjoyed this little video of Poison Ivy. Get ready for some more, and we'll be showing you guys and taking you along to some of the shows, baby.
And stay tuned to the next episode, because this engine bay is gonna be freshened up, baby.
Oh, yeah. So make sure you guys have a good day. If we see you at the tracks, you say what's up. If not, in the streets, or we'll see you at the shop, baby. Until further notice, we are out of here.
Woo!